give yourself a big hug. Please, I welcome you to do that. And also a posture check, maybe. So let's all take a deep breath in together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I hope that you're just feeling lots of love energy coming your way. So this talk is about kinesthetics, moving well through the lifespan. And what I'm going to invite you to do is think about starting where you are. And just to, again, to give a love breath and maybe just send a little wave or stretch across the waves to somebody around you, because I know it was hard coming back from the break. So do just stretch and give a little extension there. So I'm going to talk briefly, thank you, about my background. And I've been teaching dance fitness over 35 years. I'm really dating myself. And when I started, I was the worst one in this training class. I had to audition. And I was only invited because they thought I had a nice personality. And I started with this group that was with the Imperial Society of Ballroom Dancers. And this is a group of fifth graders who are doing a dance program to combat bullying in Florida. And what one of the students said is, when you're looking someone in the eyes, it's hard to be mean to them. So what I did was, in my doctoral studies at Temple University, I combined positive psychology with physical activity training in Kinesiology 1001. And that was my students, because physical activity or inactivity is one of the biggest risks and epidemic, according to renowned epidemiologist Steve Blair. And it leads to non-communicable diseases. And in this chart on the left, you can see that low fitness is more of a risk than obesity, diabetes, and smoking combined. It's called smokodiabesity. And what I'm here to invite you to do is think about moderate exercise, unlike this woman who I don't understand why she's pulling that face with 5-pound weights, actually. But there's so much emphasis on extreme fitness when really moderate exercise will really do the trick. Also, we spend a lot of money, and in the American culture, football is really, really a big deal to many people. But with the aberrant behaviors and risk of concussions, perhaps it's important for us to rethink about maybe a kinder, gentler way of being through the lifespan and moving together joyfully. Moving together to lift up our hearts in communitas, to experience and to be positive role models for each other. So again, these wonderful students at Temple got to know each other's names. What we did, we practiced physical strengths, but also character strengths. We got outdoors in nature whenever we could, green exercise. We cross-trained about as much as we could. And what kind of older person do you want to be? The guy on the right is a phenomenal person. He actually passed away 1 year ago today. He's George Blair. And George Blair started barefoot water skiing at 50 years old after a spinal fusion operation. One of the most inspirational people in my life, as is Amelia, whose CAP program I just completed, and I cannot tell you the rigor and vigor of that program was just phenomenal. So across cultures, we can really, really prime moving well, moving with enjoyment, priming positive emotion in motion, and even meaning in motion. One meaningful program that was born in Temple is called Gearing Up. And Gearing Up is for people, for women who are incarcerated and who are now in transition homes. And what they do is they build a bike once they've completed their program. And they learn how to have transportation, or they have transportation, they have freedom, and they have fitness. And those are gifts that are invaluable. Group exercise can be part of a cultural thing like the haka, which celebrates men and women, empowering them across the world. And this is a picture of Women I Serve, this group in Spring Lake Heights, New Jersey, that has been running for 23 years. I founded it as a program to reduce the risk of alcoholism and drug abuse in older adults. It was a grant, and it's still continuing on, and I'm really excited about what I've learned from these beautiful, fearless women who are so resilient. And I want to just say that Marty talks about neck down And it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit because it's really important that we use the proper nomenclature. And even Einstein knew that it's important to have movement. And he thought of the theory of relativity while he was on his bicycle. And in conclusion, this is a word cloud of an article that I had published to get a PhD candidacy. It's Move to Love, Vibrant Aging via Dance Fitness. I want to acknowledge Catherine Britton and Ellen Cole for their kind help with this. And I was so excited to see those positive words. So just finally, I want to invite you all to move moderately and well through the lifespan, to move to love others, yourselves, and our world.
Questions?
Can I say one other thing? And what I'm doing for my study is a phenomenological approach of lived experience of these women. So it's really, really been exciting to see their stories, which are very inspirational.
Thank you. Okay, who wants to stretch their arms to ask Elaine a question? Yeah, yeah. Oh, she just wanted to stretch her arms. Yeah, Georgia.
Yes.
Not only does exercise increase well-being, it increases creativity, according to recent research. Katie. Could you speak more about moderate versus extreme?
Yes. So with extreme exercise, I mean, people are maybe over-exercising, whereas with moderate exercise, if you can do some cardiovascular exercise for like 15 to 20 minutes a day, I'm talking on the American College of Sports Medicine guidelines, add flexibility training or stretching. Lightweight training is really powerful to reduce the risk of osteopenia and osteoporosis. Balance training is a really important component. And when you lay down these foundations early on with coordination, it will really help. The research is showing that it really helps reduce Alzheimer's disease and other brain diseases. So again, even I know many people say walk to your car, or I was in UPS store the other day, and the guy had on a song, and then I just started moving, and he started dancing. So there's a reciprocity that you can do, and I even say to my students, if I catch you like dancing out, I'll like pay for half your grocery order or whatever. But you know, just to try and have a culture of moving more and well, rather than how we've kind of engineered movement out of our lives. So I think it's really important. And again, we can all be positive role models in this. Aw, thank you. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah, how do you incorporate sleep into the ways that you're thinking about moving?
I think that when you move, it's a natural pattern, like we were born to move. So it really makes sleep more like you want to sleep after you like train. I know on days that I don't train, I'm a little bit more just nervous and not as sharp. So when I do train, I sleep much better, as do many people apparently, according to the studies. So it's a part of a natural rest and exercise, eat, and you know, feel good.
Natalie. Recommendations for how you can build moderate exercise into workshop facilitation?
That's another great question. Natalie, I think that one thing is if you consider who your audience is, that's really important. And then what you want to do if people are like in business culture, you know, you can do things like dorsiflex, tap your toes, do a little stretching. And again, I think it really helps to use music. Rhythmic exercise is really powerful. And also, I think like if you have a theme to exercise, sometimes that makes people really naturally move more and well. So I think you have to think about who your audience is. I think Sunday they asked me to do something, so I would love to do something for you anytime.
Okay. We have one question. Have you, yeah, do you want to repeat it?
Okay. So how did I pick exercise? It was funny. It was really serendipitous. I was teaching a class at a fitness club, and I've mostly worked in community colleges or universities or in community centers. And it was 6 o'clock in the morning, Caroline, and there was nobody there. It was like a blizzard out, and one lady came, and she said, "Oh, we don't have to do this." So I started talking with her. So long story short, she said, "Well, I have a grant for this program to prevent alcoholism and drug abuse in seniors. Would you be interested?" And then since we were already in that kind of moving phase, we started that, and it was like a one-time-a-week program, and now 23 years later, it's like 4 days a week, and we have actually 6 classes running. So it just seemed like a natural home to help people to really be able to express themselves. And we've really become resilient in a community where we've been the bedroom community of 9/11 and a couple hurricanes and just different tragedies that do happen when you get older. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.